I think, a lot more appreciation for the historical value of the bridge now than there was 20 years ago. And that whole period in the 60s and 70s when the school, Northfield Mount Herman School, decided to take down the Schell Chateau, when the Northfield Inn was taken down and I'm not the historian here, but that was taken down in the, I think, late 70s. You know, I think now people have a lot more appreciation for the tourism potential of this part of New England than we did in the 60s and 70s, and it was certainly a cost factor at that point that led people to take down these buildings. Now what I think people are beginning to realize is that there's potential economic benefit to having old historical icons in a town that are unique. And I think many of us see that potential in the future, that people will come to Northfield for its natural beauty, for its traditional and cultural New England feel, the wide main street, the pastoral views, the mountain views, and what is, I think, more and more evident, that Northfield is special. And it's special because the river, the Connecticut River, runs directly through the heart of the town. There is no other town along the Connecticut River that spans both sides of the river. And yet many of us who live in Northfield don't feel that connection to the river. And what's terribly important to me, what's terribly important to a lot of the Friends of Schell Bridge and to the representatives of the Watershed Association in town, the Open Space Committee in town, are those natural resources that once we lose them, you just simply do not recover them. They are not something that you can decide to let go of and then get back.
Over the years, Northfield has lost the hotel, the Northfield Hotel, and the chateau. And these were decisions that were made by people that don't live in Northfield and made outside of Northfield. And it was sort of like losing the heritage of Northfield. We lost those great landmarks. And this is an opportunity for the town of Northfield to decide about its own history, to keep its own history and not have it torn down. I think people are much more aware of that now than they were back in 1987.
I really see the bridge coming alive again with people walking, families, children, baby carriages, people on bikes, riding across the bridge, coming to downtown Northfield where they will have opportunities in the arts. We have many artists in this area. We have musicians in this area. I would love to see a concert series and an art series in Northfield. I think we have a potential to be a scenic respite place, a place where people can get away from their busy lives, from the city, from their jobs, and get out and back in touch with nature. It used to be that the landscape along the river was open for people to walk and to get nice views up and down the river. A lot of that area has grown in now, but could be opened up. I see walkways along the river, the banks of the river. I see, hopefully, things like yoga classes on the bridge. Yoga is one of the more modern expressions of spirituality that have become very mainstream in our country, a lot more recognized, but to have beautiful, quiet settings, to have open landscapes, to have places that still evoke another and an earlier and a slower and gentler lifestyle. I think those are very important for people's souls. They get out and to enjoy nature, and that's what I hope the bridge will then become for the town. Business will follow. If people are coming, I think you will have lots of opportunities to bring, people-friendly businesses, businesses that do not detract from what people say they love about living in Northfield, non-polluting businesses and activities that acknowledge the core of our human values. And I think that's what Northfield was for many, many years, why Francis Schell and many people made a long trip that was much more difficult in those days to come to Northfield. They found something special here, and I'd like to see them come back here again for that.